Rest. Back straight, eyes closed, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feeling that power you have, your determination to control your breathing. The same way you can take control of your mind anywhere you are, whatever you're doing. Let's use that same power, that same determination to see in our mind the image, the visions that we want to create today in our lives. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can on all of the stretches and exercises we do together here and now. Let's use that power we have, our true being, our presence, our determination to see in our mind right now, go into the future. Think about what you want to make real. Bring it to the present. That music goes off. Alright, good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another beautiful day here, outdoors. If you're indoors, wherever you are, let's go everybody, here we go. Another wonderful moment together. Another great day in the gym of life. Gym of life never ends. So here we go. We're going to start, when I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot, doing the best jog we can, best jog we've ever done. Or we can simply walk on the spot. So depending on how much space you have, we should be able to do this within the space that we have. So here we go. Ready everybody? When I say go, your best jog ever. Ready? And go. Still focused on our breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feeling the joy of you commanding your body. Remember, you're the boss of your mind. Your mind is the boss of your body. Almost there. Let's go, everybody. Keep going. Power of our heart starting to beat a little bit faster. Our breathing becoming a little bit more difficult. But feel our power still controlling our breathing. And stop. All right, back to our best walk, either side to side or simply walking on the spot. But focused on our breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh wow, what a day. What another pristine, perfect day. Enjoy every moment, wherever you are, enjoy this. Enjoy your power, your gift to always work on your mind and your body. Always in the gym of life. Okay everybody, let's start with our 10 shoulder rolls forward. Here we go, ready? And go. Joy of you rolling your shoulders forward, being able to do that. Okay, and backwards, all the way up and around, as high as you can towards your ears, all the way around. Let's do 10. And stop. Let's do arm circles forward. Big arm circles. 10 forward. Alright, now let's go backwards. Again, just feel the joy of you controlling your body to move through space. All through the power and control of your own determination. Alright, good work everybody. Hands on your hips, bend your knees and side stretch. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's do twists. Again, 5 on each side, feet flat on the floor. Really think about what you're doing. Really enjoy being in this moment, here, right now. The power of your presence. Alright everyone, and let's reach for the ceiling on our toes or reach for the sky, wherever you are. Here we go. Holding it for 10 seconds. Alright, and now reach for your toes, straight knees. Again, feel the joy, the striving. Reaching for your toes, even if you can't touch them yet. Always yet. You get to work on it all the time. Alright, good. And come on back up. Okay, let's work on our balance. Grab one leg and find your balance. Bend the other knee if you have to. Hold it for 10. Pull that leg back. Feel the power of you finding your balance in this moment. Hold it there. And switch to the leg. And bend that knee. Imagine you've got roots going under your feet, going through the ground. You're immovable. See it in your mind right now. Excellent. All right, and let's hug our knee this time. Bend the other knee if you have to. Big hug. And find that balance again. Hold it for 10 seconds. Lose your balance, you get it right back. Feel your mind controlling your body. Feel you controlling your mind right now. And switch to the side. Find that balance, bend that other knee, and bring that leg up, all the way up. Alright, excellent everyone. Let's do 5 push-ups together. Here.
Para Deco, aguantó ahora bien Deco, frontal del área Deco, la saca para Messi, 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 ¡gol!
I think the way the ball was sitting up could so easily have just lobbed it over his head into the unguarded net.
Here's Messi, thinks about the shot, and why not? It's brilliant. Eto'o turning Cesar Navas, and it's going to be a fourth.
Riquelme again. Oh, it's a fantastic ball through Messi.
Good morning, guys. You can control the power of your mind with determination. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I feel the energy of my one word. When I say the word determination, it means so much to me. As you know, it's become my purpose. It's become my very essence, my very being. It was always there. I just know it now, and it's my life purpose. It means making a determination means deciding. It means never giving up until it's done. You have your purpose in you. You have a truth principle that we're all made up of, which all converges all onto one thing anyhow. And all you need to do is find yours. Or if you don't even know yours, I want you to know you're already living your purpose. You know, you giving me your attention here, you have no idea how much it's helping me. I am so grateful. So wherever you are, you can control the power of your mind with your purpose. Have a great day, everybody.
You do not want to miss this episode. This is episode number 3 of our Rockefeller series, where we're breaking down the book, What Would the Rockefellers Do? And sharing the same strategy that Canadians can use. Hi, everyone. I'm Darren Mitchell. Welcome to Control and Compound. Joining me as always, Christina White. Christina, how you doing?
Hey, Darren, I'm doing awesome today. Excited for another part of our series on the Rockefeller method. What would the Rockefellers do? Learning what the wealthy do. This is great. I'm excited to talk about it.
Like I said, copy what the wealthy do.
Yeah.
and what I love about this book is, again, some people think of the Rockefellers. I'm not a Rockefeller, but really we're gonna share today. These are strategies everyday Canadians can use. You're a business owner, you're a real estate investor, you're an individual, you're a family. You can start using these strategies today. You don't have to be the Rockefellers. So we're going to dig into really chapter 5 of the book for those who've been following along. Leveraging life insurance benefits to maximize the life insurance death benefit and cash value. Because again, we're always separating those two distinct pieces: cash value and death benefit. Because most people still think of life insurance as, oh yeah, life insurance, great. When I'm worth more of the dead than when I'm alive. And I'm like, well, I don't think you are, because we think your greatest asset is you and all the money you can make in your lifetime. But it's really not about the death benefit. It's about using that money while you're alive.
Yep.
So you and I both have all kinds of life insurance on ourselves and our family members. And, the little joke I told my son when he started working for us, I'm like, when he saw the life insurance policies that I have on my wife and I'm like, don't get too excited, son. Like, mom and I plan on spending on most of that while we're still alive. So really talking about how you can use it in your lifetime. But this is really what the Rockefellers did way back when, because we had insurance way back when, this cash value life insurance way back when. And they really used it as a banking alternative. So we're going to dig into that today to allow you to borrow against your wealth to grow your wealth. And really, we always talk about, it can be used for opportunities and emergencies, but we really want to dig into the opportunity side today. What can we use this for from an opportunity fund perspective? I like to call it my opportunity fund. People say, well, how much money should I put in one of these things? And I'm like, well, how big of an opportunity do you want to take advantage of? And I want to take advantage of big opportunities. So I'm putting a lot of money in this cash value life insurance. And we're going to learn today, it's not an expense. It is not an expense. It is someplace where you're parking or saving or storing your wealth.
Yeah, it's really the fuel behind the Rockefeller method. So before we dive in, though, I'm just going to remind everybody, if you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, make sure you stop right now, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're listening or watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you always know when new content is coming out. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Control and Compound on Instagram and TikTok. We always have lots of great content, education going out daily that you're not going to want to miss. All right,
Christina. So let's start with understanding the living benefits of life insurance. We're not talking really about the death benefit as much today. We're going to talk about the living benefits. What can I do with this in my lifetime? Why is this good for me?
Yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of people think of life insurance as, okay, well, that's great. It's only good if I die. And for some products out there, that's absolutely true, right? If we look at term insurance, it's almost like renting your death benefit. If you don't die within that 10-year term that you've purchased the life insurance for, that policy is gone. It's just if you die, right? So I get it, and I understand where people are coming from with it, but it's because you're not using the right product. There's 4 products that we use, the properly structured high cash value life insurance. And that's what we're talking about today. Properly structured, participating, whole life, high cash value life insurance. And when you use one of these types of policies, the cash value, what it provides is a lot of a lot of different tools that we can use it for. So it's not just life insurance. It's now a savings tool with guaranteed growth. So these policies have a built-in guaranteed cash value. It's guaranteed to always go up, and it's guaranteed to never go backwards. So we've got guaranteed growth built in. We have a source of liquid capital you can borrow against. So we have access to this cash at all times. We have full control, which is very important, right? We also have protection from the market. It is an uncorrelated asset. So when the market crashed in 2008, these policies paid between a 7-8% dividend, right? Like they're not correlated to the markets, which is very important when you're looking for the best opportunity. So I always say the best opportunity can be found when somebody needs cash and you have it. You have the cash is where you're going to find that opportunity. So it's going to give you that opportunity base. Now, most people out there, they save their money in the banks, or they save in retirement accounts that really limit access, right? We've talked about it before, RSPs. It's almost like putting your money in jail until you hit retirement. You really can't access it. And that's not ideal from an opportunity fund. And you're exposing yourself to market risks, especially when it's all invested in the stock market. And we've seen what happens there. But with the whole life insurance, really, your money is one of the biggest things is it's growing tax-free. We talk about tax really eliminating that legacy and that long-lasting wealth. It's going to grow tax-free. You can borrow against it without any penalties. It's not going to show up on the credit report. We talked about the loans when it comes to these high cash value policies. No questions asked. The loans are unstructured. You pay them back when, how, if you want. We've called them the holy grail of loans before because they really are that good, completely unstructured. And it's going to provide liquidity for emergencies. I know we're talking about opportunities, but it is nice to always have cash for emergencies too, right? When you need it. Investments, big purchases, all of those things that we want to create, we want to have available for lasting generations. And that's what this this is what this life insurance policy is going to give you. It's the living benefits that we're focusing on right now, not so much the death benefit. Now, the death benefit's still there too, right? That didn't go away, but
It's important.
it's very important. But if we look at all of these benefits that come to the living, to you, these are all for you, not the death benefit, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. And just I'd add a couple things. Like we have a lot of real estate investor clients, and borrowing doesn't affect or the loans don't affect your borrowing capacity. I can't tell you how important that is. Like try borrowing for a down payment and then going to get a mortgage. Well, banks aren't big on that. But you can borrow from this for a down payment. If you're a business owner, you can borrow from your cash value and it doesn't affect your borrowing capacity. So you're still probably going to need traditional financial banks, at least for a period of time. So you don't want to put yourself into a situation where you can't access money from the banks or limit your ability to access money from the banks. So this is an incredible strategy for that because it doesn't show up on a credit report and doesn't affect your borrowing capacity. And the other thing, you mentioned term insurance. And I think this is something where people still think of life insurance as a death benefit, and they think of it as, I'm too old for it. So when we show people this, we say, okay, if you're a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, or 50-year-old, and you're buying term insurance, traditional death benefit, that stuff that blows up after 10 years, yeah, it is a lot less expensive at 30 than it is at 40 or 50. But when we talk about this properly structured cash value life insurance, because we're able to structure it with two components, cash value and death benefit, at the older ages, we're able to drive that death benefit down even lower than we could, say, at a 30 or 40-year-old. A 50-year-old is going to have lower death benefit. And what that allows us to do is to have the same or sometimes even slightly more cash values for a 50-year-old versus a 30-year-old. And people are like, well, what do you mean? I can have as much cash value as a 30-year-old on life insurance? And the answer is yes. Because even at 50, because the way we structure these policies, your cash value can be the same or higher as a 30-year-old buying these policies. Now, again, the 30-year-old, I encourage you, if you're 30, get on that compound curve because you have the power of time. You're going to have at least 20, hopefully 20 extra years of growth. But as far as if we look at cash values in a 10 and 20-year period, that 50-year-old is no worse off than a 30-year-old. Same powerful strategy applies. And then if we dig into sort of the second part of the Rockefeller method, they call it the Rockefeller method and capital capture. So this is really how you use life insurance to build generational wealth. The Rockefellers understood the concept of value and capital capture. What does that mean? It means each dollar that was spent is part of a bigger wealth picture. So in other words, you don't just spend your money randomly. You spend your money with the idea of growing your wealth. And really, that happens because we have this tax-free growth in the policy, even when we're taking these loans. And instead of giving these loans away to banks or giving the interest away to banks when you borrow money, you borrow against your own policy, and that money's going back into the participating whole life fund that's going to grow your wealth long term. And I really think, I like to think of this as a savings or a store of wealth value.
Here we go. Best 5 push-ups. If you got to keep your knees down, go ahead. Whatever you do your best. 5 sit-ups. What a moment. All right, and let's do 5 squats. Our best 5 squats. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead. Bending the knees all the way down, all the way up. All right, let's do lunges now. 3 on each side. Best lunges. Get that back straight if we can, looking straight ahead. Excellent. All right, let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Always thinking about our bringing ourselves back to our presence, our being. Okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes, everybody. Here we go. Ready? Straight knees, we're reaching for your toes. Do the best we can. Always working on motivating our minds, because we know our bodies will follow. And V shape with our legs, reaching for the floor as far away from our body as we can. Holding it there. And reach for one side, hold it there. Again, feel the joy of reaching, striving, doing your best. Even if you aren't able to reach where you want to be yet. And switch to the other side. Feel the power of you winning right now. Control of your mind. All right, and let's put our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Here we go. Hold it there for 10. Feel the power of infinite intelligence in you, me, and all of us right now. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground. Put that knee down. Make sure you're not hurting yourself. You should just feel a pull, not any pain. Okay, and switch to the other side. Onto our belly and push the ground or the floor and look up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever we are. Here we go. Cobra stretch. Hold it there for 10. Feel the power of your being right here, right now. Okay, and legs crossed again. Back straight. Eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Here we go. Going into the future, into our imagination right now. Seeing what we want to do our best on today when that music goes on. For me, I'm going to be working on 2 exercises. One is lunges, as many lunges as I can do within the first song. Second song, as many sit-ups as I can do until that song's over. So what about you? See it in your mind right now. You can play 2 of your own songs. You can listen to the songs I have. But choose your own exercises. If you don't like the ones I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, whatever movement you want to do safely and effectively, see it in your mind right now before you bring it out into the world. You've got determination. You were born to win, to bring out all your visions, all your positive visions of yourself, of people, of the world. The way we do our best on these exercises when that music goes on, it's an expression, a reflection of the way we do our best at everything in the gym of life. Here we go, determination, lunges for me. You can follow if you want, or you can do whatever it is you want to do, your squats, sit-ups, a dance movement, jumping jacks, whatever exercise you want to do. Here I go, ready? All the time, trying to maintain good technique, good form, best we can, always. Just feeling the joy, moving our bodies, doing our best. That's winning. We were born to do that, no matter what. It's like to put the arms out too, instead of just forward to the side. Change it up. Whatever you're doing right now, keep going. Remember your breathing. Don't forget your breathing. I love it. This is the best. This moment is the best. Wherever you are, wherever you go, you get to always work on being your best at whatever you're doing. And that starts with our determination. Controlling our minds, no matter what. No matter how tired, how much discomfort we feel, we have the power to choose.
So Liz Mobile just sent me this solar wireless battery pack.
Getting rid of that commercial for a second.
I really like the build. It's got hand grips on the side. It's sharp.
And we'll keep going. Keep going. We don't let anything stop us. Until that song's over. Every moment counts. If you're doing lunges with me right now, I'm proud of you. You're up. Keep going. As it gets harder, we work harder. That's how powerful we are. We have that determination, that choice, that winning choice. Keep going. Song's not over. Keep going. Your music, that stuff inside you. For me, it's determination, and I know we got it all in all of us. So I use it every day. Let's go. You're using it now. Keep going. Music's still playing. Our music's still going. All right, next song. Proud of my effort. Proud of you.
Oh, it may open up here for Argentina. It's Messi!
Lo tiene Iniesta recibe en el pico del área, que bien se va Iniesta, la saca Leo Messi, gol, 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 gol. Henry, el toque para Lío, está el Barça.
Good morning, guys. Today in our top 10 rules for success, Jack Ma shares his first rule, and this is a huge one. He says, get used to rejection. And he's a guy who exemplified and personified this. He went through so many different rejections in getting to where he is now. One of the things he said is he got rejected from Harvard 10 times, and then his attitude was, I should go teach there. That's the spirit. That's what the spirit we want to capture. We want to get used to rejection. We want to get used to failure only in the sense that we're adding it to our fuel and desire to learn from it and eventually get to where we want to be, to show that determination. And we all have it in us. So learn from Jack Ma, learn from all the greats that we're reading about. You know, it's all up to you. So the way you look at your failure is going to determine whether or not you get to where you want to get to. Have a great day, everybody.
Or bucket, I guess, a wealth bucket where we store our wealth or save our wealth. It's not an expense. Like cash value life insurance is not an expense. It's no different than saving your money in a TFSA or saving it in a GIC or saving it in a mutual fund. You're saving your money in this cash value life insurance. If you're buying pure death benefit, I get how that can be an expense. I look at my car insurance, that's an expense. My home insurance, that's an expense. I'm not getting anything out of this. But this is a place to store my wealth or a portion of my wealth that I can use in my lifetime, that I can access with these tax-free loans. And these tax-free loans can be used to invest, to acquire assets, real estate, business. So the Rockefellers were big on structuring every dollar they're going to use to grow the family's wealth. And that's the power of this life insurance. I can use my wealth with these loans, but it's still going to stay on that compound interest curve and grow. And eventually that death benefit that we're not focused on today is going to come back and replenish it. So I love that everything we've been talking about for years, now we're doing the Rockefeller method, and it's really what the Rockefellers, the core of their financial plan was this cash value life insurance.
Yeah, it's what they've been doing the whole time, right? And if we think of a real life example, imagine you wanted to go do a business startup and you went to your bank and you said, okay, I'm going to take a 5-year loan for this business startup. You take it, you put it into the business. Over the next 5 years, you pay that loan back. Well, where are you at when that loan gets paid back? Zero, right? You went into debt, you paid it off. Well, what happens with this strategy is the entire time that you had taken that money and put it into the business, that money was still inside the policy, compounding uninterrupted. You have your money working in two places at one time, just like the bank does with our money every day, right? You essentially have it set up the exact same for yourself. So people will refer to it as self-financing, which really what it is, but it's not just self-financing because you've got your money working in two places at one time, which is exactly how they grew that wealth. They learned how to multiply dollars, which is what we talk about. Get your dollar working in more than one place at one time. That's how you're really going to multiply that wealth.
Love it. Okay, so let's dig into section 3. We've got using life insurance as an opportunity fund. Again, love that term, opportunity fund. I think it's just, sometimes some of this stuff, the math works, but it's a mindset shift, right? And we talked in the very first episode with the Rockefeller series, how it was mindset as much as anything else. So when you think of this as an opportunity fund, who has a problem funding an opportunity fund? No one has a problem funding an opportunity fund. And I think one of the myths that Garrett talks about in the book that I really like is this: you need to take high risk to have high returns. That's not how you become wealthy. High risk means more likelihood that you're going to lose your money. So we want to take a portion of the assets and put it in something that is safe, liquid, that can be used for an opportunity fund in the good times and the bad. And again, we always talk about that deal of a lifetime you like to talk about happens when somebody's in financial trouble, which is typically when the markets are down, when business valuations are down, when real estate is down. Those are when the best opportunities come along. So we want to make sure that opportunity fund is there. And we don't have to go to the banks. We don't have to do credit checks. We don't have to justify why we need this money, and we can act quickly. And I can't tell you how many times through the years I've seen business owners make immense amount of money because they could act quickly, because they could access funds. And, we've got all kinds of stories through the years for our clients. But if we think of some of the more legendary stories of Walt Disney World, I always love the Walt Disney World. He goes, if you ever want to see a banker laugh, you should go in to see a banker and say, I would like to borrow all kinds of monies to create something I call a magical kingdom. And there's going to be rides and princesses and all these things. And they go, yeah, you're crazy there, Walt. Good luck with that. So how did Walt Disney build Walt Disney? He borrowed against his cash value life insurance. Then we got Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, bought the McDonald's out when they had one or two stores, and then had this massive growth on McDonald's. Well, again, picture going to the bank saying, oh, I'm going to start this franchise thing that no one ever heard of before with restaurants all around the world. Well, no, he funded it from his life insurance. If Ray Kroc or Walt Disney didn't have life insurance, we wouldn't know about McDonald's or Walt Disney World. Like, those are powerful stories. In Canada, we've got Ted Rogers. We've got Arnie Patterson. These are business titans that really funded their operations for years, borrowing against their cash value. So it can be done in Canada. There's billions of dollars a year that do it in Canada. And it's not just theory. Like, we have everyday Canadians every single day using loans against their cash value to grow their business, to grow their real estate portfolio, to deal with emergencies if they come up. But it's keeping that money inside the policy, just like the Rockefellers do, to ensure that even when you're using the money via these loans we talk about, your family's net worth is still continuing to compound. And that's going to help you, this living benefit we're talking about today that you can access in retirement, but it's also going to help future generations because we're staying on that compound curve.
Yeah, that's so important. And a lot of people say, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world or whatnot, but it isn't compound interest. It's uninterrupted compound interest. That is key. And that's what the Rockefeller book talks about, and the method draws on, is the fact that it's one thing to get compound interest. It's another to have it uninterrupted. And when you're investing in many different places, or when you're investing, you're taking withdrawals, you're getting losses in the market, you're losing money to volatility, you're losing money to taxes, fees, all of those wealth destroyers that we talk about knock you off that compound interest curve. And the Rockefeller method encompasses uninterrupted compounding. And the only way that you can do that is through the high cash value life insurance policy, right? It's going to compound uninterrupted, 5 to 6% tax-free is what it's done for 150 plus years. It's been kicking along, doing what it needs to do. And it just keeps growing, even when you borrow against it. So when a family member does want to take a loan to open that business, when a family member does want to take a loan to go to university and get that education, it is not impacting the family's wealth whatsoever, right? That policy is still in there, compounding uninterrupted, because you're not actually using the family's wealth at all. You're using the insurance company's money. You're borrowing against the policy so that your money stays in there, compounding uninterrupted, and you're still earning that interest. As well, we've talked about it before, you set the repayment terms, which is really important when it comes to, setting up your family's bank. You want to make sure that they have the ability to pay it back when, how, if they want to. And it's your family constitution that's deciding what happens, not the banks, which is pretty cool that your family constitution is the one that's doing that. It's completely different from the bank loans altogether, where you lose liquidity, right? You have strict repayment schedules that you have to follow. Your credit score determines your access. You need to, sometimes beg and plead for those loans, like Walt would have probably had to do before he decided, hey, I should probably go to my life insurance policy. But when you have one of these structured, you have the ability to keep your money compounding uninterrupted for future generations to come. And we're talking generation after generation when we look at the Rockefellers in uninterrupted compounding. Like that, if we run the numbers between uninterrupted versus just regular compounding, it's astonishing to see the difference and what can happen through generations. And In one of the conversations that we had, I think you looked at $1 million turning into, 13 million. Whereas if you had uninterrupted compounding, we're in the billions. Like that is the difference. And that is what uninterrupted compounding can do, which is what the life insurance policy does for us. So I think that's a key component in how the Rockefellers built their wealth.
Yeah. And
If you haven't given up, keep going. All right, sit up for me. Here we go. Always control your breathing. Bring it back to that. See the fact that you can still control your breathing, even when your body wants to breathe faster, that's more proof of your determination. You got it in you all the time, no matter what. You can apply this, you can use this energy, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you read, write, the way you're kind and loving, use determination. Use your power to be positive and never give up. Just like we're doing right now, on these exercises, on these sit-ups. We're not giving up, no matter how hard it's getting. See, we know the truth. If we do what is easy, we give up. Our life will be hard. But if we do what is hard, we never give up. Our life will be easy. So we gotta remember that all the time. That's the power of our determination. Controlling our mind. Motivating the mind so the body will follow. Keep going, determination. I'm so proud of you wherever you are. Just because you are who you are. Striving to be better all the time. You are infinite intelligence. We are double I. Infinitely intelligent. Powerful beyond measure. We don't choose to lose. We determine and win. Still with me? Keep going. I love you. So proud of you. Keep going. Even if you stop. Get back up at it again. Keep going. This is the way you're gonna live. Even if you stop. Even if you get tired, even if you make mistakes, you're gonna learn. You're gonna get information. And you're gonna eventually win. How powerful you are. That's why I love you and all of us. No matter what. Song, that's okay, that's good. Love it, keep going. Our body will rest and recover. Almost there. Keep going, everybody, keep going. Oh, well done. So proud of you.
Messi.
Retractable roof, and it's going to be Gaudi-like. He's a genius. This is a genius. Henri, Messi. Magical!
Oh, goodness.
That was a rather clumsy foul on the edge of the area. Pass to Messi! They don't need the free kick when they've got Lionel Messi.
Good morning, guys. I'm going to borrow from Les Brown today. Again, one of my favorite guys in terms of having fun, as he's and still on the path to infinite mind wealth, but he's an incredible human being. So I remember Les Brown describing Murphy's Law, and it's basically the law that says anything that can happen will happen. So anything bad that could potentially happen will happen. This is life. We all are going to feel pain, rejection, all these negative things. But I love his attitude. And there was one moment where he was describing, or in his speech, he was talking about all these things that would happen. You know, people are afraid to start because this and this will happen. And then eventually he got to a point in his speech where he says, will I get hurt? Yes, you will get hurt. And the way he said it, of course, I don't do Les Brown justice, but yes, we will get hurt, but we got to laugh at it. It's life, you know, it's going to happen to all of us. Have a great day, everybody.
And I love that. Like, it's not, people think of compounding until retirement, because a lot of people, you know, they go into debt and they finally get, you know, really serious about saving, maybe in their 40s, or some people even 50s. And then they compound for, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And then they turn, I don't know, let's say 65. And then they start spending their wealth. Well, what happens with traditional financial planning? If you have $1 million and you retire, well, the next year you have 950, 900, 850. Like, you're depleting those assets. So you're having less and less compounding. But even in retirement in this, and this is why I go back to that 50-year-old, people think, oh, I'm too old to do this. Well, if you're going to live another 30, 40, 50 years, you could retire at 65, start taking loans against that for a tax-free retirement, but still have your money compound another 30 years while you're retired. And now your $1 million is going to be 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, because it's never going to stop compounding. Back to what you said, that uninterrupted compounding. So,
well, yeah. And one more other point on that, when you say the 50-year-old, what the Rockefellers doing they're insuring as the heirs are being born. So you look at a newborn, because you can put these in place at 14 days old. That's 90 years of compounding inside of one of these policies. It's substantial.
okay, so let's kind of wrap up here what we covered in this episode today. So we talked about the living benefits. So whole life is a financial tool that you can access in your lifetime. It's not just about death benefit. It's what you can do in your lifetime. We talked about the capital capture, how the Rockefellers, every time they spend $1, they're thinking about, how do we spend this dollar wisely, but how do we also continue on that compound interest curve and grow the family's wealth long term? We talked about opportunity funds. Think of this as your opportunity fund. Who wouldn't want to fund an opportunity fund? This isn't an expense. This is just another place you're going to park some wealth. You're going to grow some wealth tax-free. You're going to multiply your wealth, and you're going to stay on that compound curve. And the compound growth curve, again, the key is uninterrupted. We mentioned the wealth destroyers, uninterrupted by taxes, uninterrupted by fees, uninterrupted by volatility, and uninterrupted by spending. When you need to spend money, instead of using your money, you allow your money to continue to compound tax-free, and we use the insurance company's money. So I think the key takeaway, if you want financial freedom, don't just think about how much money you can save, okay? Because that's, I got to save money. And yeah, sure, we all need to save money, but think how you can keep that money working for you even while you're using it. And that goes back to our and asset we like to talk about. Your money's in the policy compounding, and it's providing a death benefit, and you're getting those loans to take advantage of those opportunities or maybe enjoy a tax-free retirement. So if you like what you learned here today, we do have a Rockefeller webinar down below. You can click down below and watch a Rockefeller webinar. You can book a call with one of our wealth coaches to talk about the Rockefeller method. Or if you think you want to start maybe just with the infinite banking concept, we're happy to meet with you to discuss that as well. But the key of both those strategies is this properly structured cash value life insurance. And I think the last takeaway, Christina, is just like the Rockefellers dealt with experts, if you're even dipping your toe into the waters here, the key is to deal with a team like us that are experts on this, because we see every single day people that think they have this properly structured cash value life insurance. And unfortunately, we got to be the bearer of bad news a lot of times and say, you know, this policy you've been funding for the last 5 or 10 years, it wasn't set up properly, and you actually hardly have any access to cash in this because you weren't dealing with an expert. So click below if you want to learn more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching this episode of Control and Compound. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you never miss a new episode. And if you're ready to learn more, head to our website, controlandcompound.com. The link's below.
Feel that? Feel that power? That oneness of us controlling our breathing and our minds? Right here, right now? No matter how hard our movements, exercises were today, no matter how much our body tried to take control of our minds, feel that? That's you. The real you. That's our consciousness. Our being awake fully. To control our minds. To control our breathing. To control our bodies. To control our lives. It's all possible through the power of you being present, staying in the now, right here, right now, wherever you are, wherever you are. There is no past and future right now. There's only the present, the gift that is you. The being that is you, which makes everything else possible.